The Galactic Council had dismissed humans as folklore for 3,000 years. Old spacer tales spoke of a violent species from a blue world, creatures who turned their own planet into a weapons testing ground and still somehow survived. Most scholars agreed they were myths, cautionary stories told to young cadets about the dangers of unchecked aggression. Commander Zilth of the Varosian fleet had heard the legends during his academy days. Humans, they said, were bipedal mammals who weaponized everything from splitting atoms to bending gravity itself. They fought wars that scorched continents and still called it peace. The stories seemed absurd. No species that destructive could possibly achieve space travel before destroying themselves. That's why Zilth laughed when the readings first appeared on his sensors. Unidentified signatures, sir, his tactical officer announced, her crest flattening in confusion. But the energy output, it's impossible. Nothing generates that much power. Zilth studied the holographic display. 7 massive objects had just dropped out of faster-than-light travel at the edge of the terminus system. Their energy signatures blazed like newborn stars. Probably a sensor malfunction, Zilth said, though something cold stirred in his gut. Send a standard hailing frequency. The response came in a language the universal translator struggled with, harsh, consonant-heavy sounds that seemed designed for shouting orders across battlefields. This is Admiral Chen of the United Earth Navy, 3rd Expeditionary Fleet. We've come for our people. The bridge fell silent. Earth. Humans. The legends were real. Ziltha's mandibles clicked nervously. Admiral Chen, this is Commander Zilth of the Varosian Peacekeeping Force. I'm afraid there's been a misunderstanding. There are no humans in this system. Our colony ship disappeared here 12 years ago. 5,000 civilians. We've been searching ever since. The Admiral's voice hardened. Our scouts detected debris. Human debris. Now you're going to explain what happened. Zilth felt his 3 hearts sink. 12 years ago. He remembered. A strange vessel had entered Varosian space, ignoring all hails. It was deemed a threat and destroyed per standard protocol. No one had bothered to identify the species aboard. Admiral, that was a tragic accident. You murdered 5,000 colonists, including children, and called it protocol. Chen's voice could have frozen methane. I'm giving you one chance. Surrender your vessels and prepare to face justice under interstellar law. Ziltha's tactical officer looked at him with 4 wide eyes. Sir, they only have 7 ships. We have 43. Our fleet outguns them 6-1. Zilth stared at the sensor readings. 7 ships. 7 impossible, blazing signatures that made his instruments scream warnings. What if the legends are true, he whispered. His second-in-command scoffed. Stories, Commander. Surely you don't believe. The lead human ship moved. One moment it hung in space like a steel cathedral. The next, it was among them, moving at speeds that violated every tactical doctrine Zilth had studied. Its weapons, gods, its weapons, carved through Varosian shields like they were decorative tissue. Zilth watched 3 destroyers simply cease to exist, vaporized by beams of focused antimatter. The human vessels moved like predators, coordinated and merciless. They didn't fire warning shots. They didn't target engines or disable systems. Every shot was lethal, surgical, absolute. This wasn't warfare as the galaxy understood it. This was extermination refined into art. Ziltha's flagship shuddered as human railguns, primitive kinetic weapons that shouldn't work in modern combat, punched through his ablative armor like it was vapor. Alarms shrieked. Crew members screamed. All ships, retreat. Zilth ordered, abandoning pride for survival. But the humans were already there, cutting off escape vectors, hurting them like prey. In 7 minutes, 43 Varosian ships became wreckage and bodies spinning in the void. Ziltha's burning bridge received one final transmission. You wanted to know what happened to our people, Admiral Chen said quietly. Now you know what happens to those who harm them. Consider this humanity's formal introduction to the galaxy. We're not legends anymore. The transmission ended. The human battleships vanished into the darkness between stars, leaving only destruction and a new, terrible understanding. The galaxy would never forget that humans were real. And they would never forgive what that meant.